because, since, or that's why. Welcome back to Lingoni English. My name is Geoff, and today I'm going to be talking to you about connecting conjunctions to explain the results of different situations. For instance, why are you watching this video? Because maybe you're trying to improve your English. Let's get started. Let's begin by taking a look at because. We use because to show the reason why something happened. For instance, again, you're watching this video because you want to learn more about English. Again, with because, we're especially focused on the reason, not necessarily the result. For instance, you could say, because I didn't eat breakfast, I'm starving. The reason why I'm starving, or why I'm really hungry, is because I didn't have breakfast. Another example, because she was late to work, she got fired. So the reason why she was fired or removed from her job was because she was late. A note that when we want to emphasize the reason, we can move it to the end of our sentence. To give you an example, I'm tired because I didn't sleep well last night. Again, I didn't sleep well. That's the reason why I feel tired. So to emphasize it, I can put it at the end. So what's the difference between because and since? Well, they both are used to show the reason for why an action occurs. But with since, it emphasizes that the listener also has some background information. They're aware of the information you're saying. So it's a way of giving your listener some credit. It's like telling them, I know you already know this information. To help clarify, imagine that you're telling a friend that you didn't sleep well last night. And then it comes up again in conversation a little bit later. So you could say, since I didn't sleep well last night, I'm going to go to bed early. This again is because you already told the listener a while ago that you didn't sleep well, so it's not new information anymore. We can also use since to show that we're more focused on the result than the reason. So for instance, I'm going to be late since I don't get off work until 9. So again, explaining the reason why comes later since I don't get off work until 9. Let's talk really quick about punctuation too. Usually with since, if it comes at the end of a sentence, you'll put a comma before it. So for instance, I'll be late to the event since I don't get off work until 9. So again, you would put a comma before that since. If since is at the start of your sentence, this is especially important to have a comma. So again, since I don't get off work until 9, comma, I'll be late to the event. One last note about because and since. You can use because to show a guess or a prediction about why something occurs. So for instance, you could say, are you going to be late because you have to work? So again, that because you have to work is to show that it's a guess. Let's talk about one more option. That's why. That's why is also used to show a reason for an action. For instance, you could say, I didn't sleep well last night. That's why I'm going to bed early. So again, you're explaining the reason for why you're going to bed early. Or for instance, at a restaurant, you could say, our waiter was bad. That's why I'm giving him a bad tip, assuming you're in the United States. And again, that's why is to show the reason. It's the explanation for the tip. You can also use because for both of these situations too. I'm going to bed early because I didn't sleep well. I'm going to leave a small tip because our waiter was bad. So, because and that's why are both very similar in explaining reasons. One difference though is that that's why is often put into a separate sentence. Compare again. I slept badly. That's why I'm going to bed early. That would be two separate sentences, as compared to I'm going to bed early because I slept poorly. One last similarity between that's why and because is that they imply that the listener does not know the information. It's new information for your listener. For instance, if you say, Sarah failed the driver's test. That's why she's upset. You can imply that the person you're talking to does not know that she failed the test. You can also use that's why to show that you finally understand the reason for something. For instance, if someone tells you, "I'm sorry I missed your call, I was busy," you could say, that's why I didn't hear from you. So it explains the reason to the other person. You put the two together and understand suddenly what the situation or why it occurred. So let's review. We can use because to show that the information is new to your listener. It also demonstrates that the reason is more important than the result. And lastly, it can also be used to show a guess for an explanation for a situation. We can use since when the result is more important, and also when the information is already known by your listener. We can use that's why to show again that the reason is more important. Also, remember that it needs two separate sentences, and it can also demonstrate a sudden understanding of why a situation occurred. Well, that's it. Because, since, and that's why. If you're looking for practice, try to write 3 sentences at least in the comments section using each of these different connectors. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching Lingoni English. We'll see you next time.